So now they've got to start from deep in their end of the field, and Garrison Hurst takes advantage of it. He takes the handoff, sweeps to his right, gets to the 20. He's in the 30, needs to cut in. He comes back up the right sideline, breaks a hard tackle, comes down to the 30. He's down to the 20. He's down to the 10. He's down to the 5. He's into the end zone. Touchdown! Touchdown! 49ers! 96-yard run from scrimmage. Garrison Hurst breaking tackle after tackle, sweeps down the sideline. Throws off bodies like clothes after a marathon.
Young, back to throw. In trouble, he's going to be sacked. No, gets away. He runs, gets away again, goes to the 40, gets away again, to the 35, cuts back at the 30, to the 20, the 50, the 10. He died. Touchdown, 49ers.
Third down, Alex takes the snap. Alex looking down in post, and it's got it! Touchdown! Touchdown, 49ers!
It is second down. Ryan takes the snap, throws the slant to the left side. It's Russell intercepted. The 49ers pick it, and Navarro Bowman is redemption. Navarro Bowman running it all the way for the touchdown. No greater redemption.
The San Francisco 49ers. We can do whatever we want.
Click, boom! What's going on, faithfuls? The Nothing But Niners crew is back, and we're here to bring you guys another fun-filled show. You guys have been asking, where's Nick? Where's Nick? Well, damn it, there he is. Nick, what's going on, Playboy? How you doing, man?
Oh, man, finally feeling a lot better, man.
I heard you still a little over there, but that's better than what you were feeling before.
A little bit. I mean, yeah, like it's still like lingering or whatever, but I definitely feel 100% better than what I felt like before. So
it's all good, man. It's all good, bro. Listen, man. I was really trying to get you in here on that with that Grinch thing, man. And you know what's crazy is that tomorrow's the last day of school for my kids before winter break, and they're actually calling it Grinch Day.
Really?
So I don't know if you know, like I really like the Grinch. So I've got like hoodies. You've seen my head wrap and everything, and I got T-shirts and everything. So the girls are like wearing a bunch of my stuff to school tomorrow. Like I'm jealous.
I will tell you what, the kids were scared to death.
I told you. I said if I saw you in person, I'd hit you with a bat. Yeah, I told you.
Yo, the outfit was just like.
Can I post a picture in here? Can I let people see what we're talking about?
Yeah, you can post a picture in there.
You sent it to us, right? Hold on, let me see. Hold on.
The one is really good where I'm like this.
Yeah. No, that's
my
not
hand.
good. That shit was all creepy, bro.
But yeah, man, it's good to be back, man. It's just like back on the daily grind, which has been killing me because it's kind of hard to be back at work after missing work for so long.
Yeah.
But but nah, man, I missed you guys, and I didn't even get a chance to call the baby girl the other day for her birthday.
Yo, you know what's weird is that so like we were on during the pregame show, and she's like, "Daddy, can we call Nick on video?" And I was like, "I think he's a little busy." I knew you were, doing your thing over there with your niece. I was like, "He's a little busy, but maybe he'll call later on." So
I was gonna call, and then we ended up the party ended up going a little longer, and then the adults just talking and getting together, and we kind of like ended up doing like a little bit of Christmas thing too, because of the fact that we're not all going to see each other for Christmas. So
I got you.
So it kind of went longer than I expected. So I didn't even get to watch the game until like it was almost over.
Is there a game on now?
Yeah, the Rams Seattle is on, and the Eagles Washington.
I'm over here rewatching our game. I should probably turn the other one on, huh?
The Seahawks were up. The Seahawks were up last I checked was 10-3.
Yeah. What channel are they on? I don't know.
What's up?
I'm so out of it. I said, what channel are they on? I'm so out of it.
I don't know. I put it on my Sunday ticket because it was the only game that wasn't blacked out. So I'm not sure.
Well, I'm going to show everybody these pictures really quick. I'm just going to do the one, like you said, the one that was. So, guys, look.
Look at me, though, bro.
This is insane. Look at the eyes on that thing.
I know, dude.
Like I just want to.
Yeah, I know. I was like, hey, Christmas.
That joint is crazy, man. I'm sorry.
I want to buy. I'm gonna buy like a really good Grinch suit, right? And I'm gonna go and advertise to go to people's houses and do Christmas card photos with them.
Oh my god.
I could make so much money probably doing that shit.
This is crazy, man.
That picture is hilarious, bro. I made it my Facebook profile pic.
You did? Yo, I got kicked off of Facebook because of StreamYard.
Really?
Yeah, I went to go verify it, and it was like you have to sign in from a device you've signed in before. So I went on my phone, and then I got the same message from my phone, and then it was like you can go on an old device that you have. I don't have any other devices. You can go. You can.
Well, yeah, because they're all busted or thrown out something.
Right. And it's like, or you can look at some of your old comments, but I don't comment on anything. Or
bro, I was just trying. I went to go log back into Facebook because my Facebook password was changed or something, and it asked me to do that. I'm like, bro, I don't remember comments from 3 to 4 months ago.
Bro, I don't comment on anybody's shit, so I didn't even like it. It was searching for comments, and it was like try another option.
It was like it took me back to like California days.
Yeah, and then it's like, or we could use an email. We can send a code to your email. The problem is that the email that I signed up with ain't the email like that I have anymore. I don't have access.
You're locked out of.
Yeah, it's like, but it was like the very first email I ever had in my whole life, so I don't know how to get back into it because it was Yahoo, and Yahoo doesn't have customer service no more.
Yeah, I know.
You have to like pay to get back into your account or something like that. And I was like,
so weird.
Y'all can have it. So I don't have a Facebook account anymore. They got me, man. They got me. But listen, guys. Thank you all for checking us out here. We've been talking for 7 minutes. Haven't said anything about football. Make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button, especially if this is your first time here on the YouTube page. If you guys enjoy it, please, please, please subscribe. Turn on those notifications, all right? Give us a follow on some of our social media platforms. We have Twitter and Snapchat. Those handles are nothing but 9 ERS. That's the number 9 followed by ERS. All right. We also have a couple of other ones there, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitch, and that is Nothing But Niners. Don't worry, guys. The Nothing But Niners page is still there. I was talking about my personal page that got knocked off of Facebook. And it was like, oh, just create another one. I'm like, no, F you. I'm not creating another. Okay, I didn't even use it like that anyway. I just did it to post our videos in the thing. So I don't know.
I'll go on and see if I can log back in.
Yeah. So oh wait, there's one more thing here too, guys. Patreon.com/NB9ERS. Make sure you guys head on over there. We're doing some questions for you guys over there, some bonus content. Hopefully I can get some time off, man, and I can bring you guys some more videos this week, man. The Niners are in a strange place, Nick. They're in a strange place where it's like they're really good. We've won 5 of the last 6 games, right? Yeah.
Yep.
We won 5 of our last 6 games after starting 2-4. We started 2-4. We won 5 of our last 6 games. The team is like done a complete 360, and it's crazy.
Well,
because
weren't we 2-5 at one point?
I don't know. I thought we lost 4 in a row. Let me see. Hold on. Let me see.
I thought we were 2-5 at one point, but
I'll pull up the schedule and see here. You might be right, but I'm not sure. All right, so week 1, we won. Week 2, we won. Week 3, we lost. That's 1 loss. Seahawks, we lost. Cardinals, we lost. Colts, we lost, and then we beat the Bears. So that was.
So we were 3-5 then.
That was 2-4, and then we lost to the Cardinals again. Yeah, that made
because we beat the Bears and we lost to the Cardinals, so it made us 3-5.
Right, and then we just rattle off a couple more wins until we run to the Seahawks again, which that's terrible. But here we are back on the side of another win streak here. The Niners have won their last 2 games. No turnovers from the offense, I should say, in those games. The team has had some turnovers, and the defense is doing the exact opposite and forcing turnovers consistently and regularly. And I didn't think that it was I didn't think that the defense was going to be as good as they are. I don't think this defense is getting a lot of credit for what they deserve. I think people got to stop playing with our defense. I think people have to start putting some respect on our defense's name, for real.
I think the defense could be much better, and that's crazy. because they're top 10 right now. I mean, they're playing good football. They've been keeping us in most games. And obviously in the beginning of the year, we were having offensive struggles, right? We didn't know what the offensive identity of this team was. And Kyle Shanahan was kind of staying with what he thought was right. And then once he started to change that up, this team took off offensively. Mixing in a Debo, mixing in, getting Elijah Mitchell going, getting Brandon Ayuk going. So there were a lot of things that benefited this offense. But defensively, this team has been great. And I still think that they could be that much better. I still think that there's a couple players on this defensive side of the football that aren't playing up to their par, who are starting to start playing. But yeah, Mike, you're right. I mean, this defense, I think it's definitely underrated for what they're doing.
No, this defense is really good. And they're not perfect. Like you said, they can definitely get better, right? You want to see some more continuity at the cornerback position. You want to see them be a little, but like, guys, people are going to catch passes on this team. Quarterbacks are the highest paid players in the NFL for a reason. And it's not so they can hand the ball off to people. It's so they can throw to people and get yards. So catches are going to happen, right? So like, I'm not upset when you have Ambry Thomas giving up a touchdown. Like that doesn't bother me. You know what I'm saying? Like people are like, oh, he's no good. He's this, he's that. And I'm like, nah, I mean, I think he's okay. I was looking at the box score of the last game, and it really, really doesn't tell it all.
It really doesn't. I mean, if you look at stats, you would think that game was a lot closer than it was.
Right. Like, don't look at the score and just look at the stats, and it's like, man, this game wasn't that. Like, it's just weird. Like, all right, so for example, right, you're looking at it now, and you look at turnovers. It says 1-1. It says we had a turnover that was the opening kickoff. It says they had one that sack fumble for Nick Bosa, right? But that's not true necessarily. That's not true. We stopped them on 4th down 3 times.
Right.
To me, that's a turnover.
Yeah.
Like, that's how dominant we were. And then of those 3 times that it happened, 2 of them were inside the 5-yard line. They couldn't score. You know what I'm saying? Like, this defense was really, really impressive. I saw you wanted to jump in. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, like, if you look at the stats, right, like, you take those 2 goal line stances away, and this game is a lot closer than what it really is, right? They left points on the board. I mean, they left 9 points, let's just say, for field goals, right? Because obviously, they're more of a guarantee than a touchdown is. They left 9 points on the board going for it on 4th down. The play of Ebukam and the play of Arden Key and even Eric Armstead had a huge play on that 3rd down on the goal line stance. Those guys are just stepping up, and this line is playing a lot better defensively, which also Fred Warner's coming along, playing better than he was in the beginning of the season as well. But I don't want to take it away from the cornerbacks either, because I think the corners are covering better, which is allowing our defensive line to get there this year also. Like, lately, we all wondered in the beginning of the season, we're like, where's this defensive line that was supposed to be so dominant that we kept 8-9 defensive linemen? And if we remember, we didn't have very good corner play, right? So I think if you watch the all 22, the corners are, yes, there's times where they get penalties and Josh Norman, but Josh Norman and Emmanuel Mosley, and then even Ambry Thomas lately, while Ambry Thomas has been giving up catches, he's been in position. So he's been in the hip and he's been covering. Go ahead.
No, that's exactly what I wanted you to touch on right there. Like, people are killing him, and what I see is a lot of promise. He's not getting run past. He's not getting out routed. Sometimes guys just run a good route and create mad separation. He's right there. Like, he's right on his guy. He's just got to make a play on the ball.
Right. And I think that's where you get the difference in a Josh Norman and Ambry Thomas, right? In that veteran type thing, because Josh Norman doesn't care. He's going to be as physical as he can at the point of attack, right? He's going to try to stop the catch, where Ambry Thomas, he goes for the play, but he also holds back a little bit. And he gives up those plays. Like, look at the interception, right, that he could have had. But he allowed the receiver to snatch the ball back out of his hand, right? Luckily, he didn't land in bounds. But those are the two differences right there, right? So Josh Norman's going to get called for those penalties because he's physical at the point of attack. He's a veteran. He's going to take the chance of getting that call as well as the chance of breaking up the play. Where Ambry Thomas is right in position, right on the hips. He's just not finishing the play. He's there, but he's not finishing it. And there's a lot of promise with him. Even though I hate to give him props because he's a Michigan boy. So, it kills me to say that, right? But he doesn't look bad. I mean, he's giving up some big plays, but I think there's a lot to learn. And he's also not played football in a year. So getting back into the rhythm as well.
And even still, the other thing with him is that he's even trying to make plays. So, like, remember how everyone used to kill our corners because we didn't get interceptions, right? The two passes that were flagged on him and the touchdown, he was trying to catch the ball, not just bat it. If he just says, you know what, forget trying to catch it and just bat it down, those plays never happen and we never talk about it.
Right.
But it was the fact that he was actually trying to make a play. He was going to grab the ball. And then the same one on the sideline that you were talking about that he didn't keep his feet in, right? Like, it would almost look like he ripped it away from him. He was going for the interception. Like, he's looking for the ball. We can't have it both ways. We got to decide on which kind of person we're going to champion, okay? There's corners in the NFL right now that have double-digit interceptions, but they are not great in coverage. They give up mad catches. They give up mad yards. But people say, oh, but look how many interceptions he's got.
Jalen Ramsey is a perfect example of that kind of play.
So we got to figure out what we want to champion. Do we want someone who's just not going to allow any catches but don't get any interceptions? Then fine, make up your mind. But you can't have it both ways all the time. It's not no catches and I always catch the ball, because then he'd be a wide receiver if that was the case.
Yeah, and like I said, I think the secondary has been playing really well. I know that we were getting hit with a lot of penalties in that little stretch. But you also got to remember that the offense is actually on the field a lot longer. They're converting. They're going on longer drives. The corners are covering pretty good, which is allowing the pass rush to get there. It's not just Nick Bosa being dominant up front anymore. He's still dominant as you can possibly be, right? But just everybody on the defensive side has stepped up. I mean, you can look at Fred Warner's play compared to the first 6 weeks compared to right now. Everybody called me crazy when I said that Fred Warner was not playing good football. But if you go back and watch, he wasn't, right? He's starting to come.
Even Fred told you that.
Right. He's starting to come along and starting to play a little bit better. I still wish that when he tackles, he would not go forward. But, I'd take the guy behind. But either way, he's coming along playing. He's not playing at that. What's that?
This was like Fred's best game of the year.
Oh, yeah. By far was his best game, right?
Yeah.
And there was still room improvement. So, everybody, Bosa, Ebukam, Arden Key, Eric Armstead, DJ Jones, everybody on the front defensive line has been stepping up, and their play has been better. You go to the outsides, I think Josh Norman and even Ambry Thomas stepping in, their play has been really good. We're going to get a guy like Emmanuel Mosley back, who was playing really, really well before injury, right? And then obviously Jimmy Ward has been playing lights out, other than a couple plays. He missed that one play on Josh Norman. I don't know what happened there, but looks like he was supposed to go that side, but he didn't. But then even Jaquaski Tart, as much as we degrade Tart at a lot of things because of his injuries, when he's healthy and he's on the field, he's a baller. Bro. And that's the thing about him. It's just staying healthy.
The safeties are the reason why the secondary is as successful as it is right now. They know that Josh Norman's coverage is a little limited. They know that they were working with a rookie who wasn't quite ready to go in there. And so the team has kind of moved to this cover 2 scheme for these last couple of weeks, where the safeties get to help them out a little bit more. But that means that you're going up against lighter boxes, right? So now opposing teams ideally would be able to run the ball better, right? But just look at some of the stuff that this Niners defense is doing, right? The talk going into this game was Deebo Samuel in comparison to Cordell Patterson, right? That was the comp. Everyone was talking about it. I went on the Atlanta Falcon Nation show and I said Deebo is exactly who Cordell wants to be. And they were like, wait, what? No, no. Debo's the better version of what Cordell is trying to do. I said
Correct.
it. I mean it. I stand on that, right?
That's 100% right.
Right. But then you look at the numbers, right? No one's talking about what the Niners did with him being their guy. 11 carries for 18 yards, Nick. That's terrible. He had 2 receptions for 5 yards.
Yep.
That defense was just phenomenal, man. It was phenomenal, man. Like I said, 0-3 on 4th downs. To me, that's 3 turnovers because we get the ball following that play. No
Correct.
kickoff, none of that necessary, right?
And no
They had
points.
the ball inside the 10 4 times in this game. The Falcons had the ball inside the 10-yard line, our 10-yard line, inside the 10. So they're in goal-to-goal situations 4 times in that game, and they got 3 points out of it.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
crazy. You can go back to like what Bucky Brooks is saying, right? Nobody wants to face the 49ers right now. He was saying, and they're just an all-around complete team. And the thing is the playmakers are making the plays when they need to be made. Jimmy Garoppolo is playing solid football, like average football. He's being a quarterback and doing his job. You have the likes of George Kittle, Deebo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk stepping up. The defense stepping up to where, they're top 10 guys. And that's not even, Deebo Samuel is going to go down if he continues to play the way that he is. I mean, I don't even call him a wide receiver anymore. He's a true wingback. That's exactly what he is. He's a true wingback, right? So if you look at the wing T offense, that's what he is, right? He's an implement of a wing T offense where it's a receiver and running back. But he's definitely I do think that Deebo has taken over the offensive playmaker on this team, even over George Kittle. And even though George Kittle has had really, really good the last 3 weeks.
George Kittle's on a nice little stretch, too.
He is.
His last 3 of his 4 games, George been all right, man.
And it's funny because we talked about this in the beginning of the season where I said that George Kittle was only targeted like 6 times in the red zone, if you remember. And now he's been a target there again. So, it's crazy how all things come aside right now. Before, I was hard on Kyle Shanahan. I was like, I don't care. Get him the hell out of here. Do whatever. If he didn't want to change. Oh my God, Callie asked a question too. I was really hard on him, right? And the point of that emphasis was if Kyle's gonna not be able to coach and see where he's at right now, he should be fired. Kyle made a 360-degree turn. I don't care who you are or what you say. He completely made a 360-degree turn, got out of what he was doing, and did what was beneficial to the team. And that's what we were asking him to do. And you see the difference in the offense. Brandon Ayuk's going. Deebo Samuel's implementing more. George Kittle's implementing more. Even Jawan Jennings has been implemented more. So this offense has been completely changed as to what we were. You saw Kyle say, okay, he wasn't running the football, to, okay, we need to run the football 35 times. Okay, we did that. We need to run the football 38 times. You know what? We did that. I don't care how many times we run the football. It's about how many yards we get as a rushing team now in this game. And then it just completely went uphill from there. So Kyle noticed his deficiency in himself and made a change. And now you see that Kyle Shanahan offense that we were all looking for in the beginning of the season. You're seeing it implemented now.
So you don't want to see Kyle Shanahan?
So no, he shouldn't be. I think he made the right choice and the right decision.
There's this expression, something along the lines of like pride goeth before a fall, right? And it's like if you are too prideful, too proud to do certain things, you're going to fail.
Right.
And we think back to this the beginning of the season, right? And we could not figure out why Brandon Ayuk wasn't getting starts. Forget starts, he wasn't getting targets. There were games where he was just out there running for the hell of it, right? And we're like, what is Kyle doing, right? And so I understand what you're saying when you say Kyle's made some changes because he said, forget it. Like, we're losing. I got to use my first round wide receiver. He's got to get out there and start making some plays now. You know what I'm saying? Like he's saying, let me lean on the run game a little bit more, right? That's what started this whole thing, like just what you were saying. But there's a part of me that feels like the play calling has been the same. The Niners just got out of their way. I'm not sure that the play calling itself is better. Maybe he's putting different players in different positions. So instead of it being, Debo over here and Sherfield over here, it's now Debo and Ayuk. You know what I'm saying? Kittle's back in the mix now. We've got this revolving door of running backs back there right now, right? But I'm not sure that the play calling has changed much. Maybe some of the personnel decisions. I don't see anything different from what Kyle has been doing. People were harping on the 40 rushes a game. Kyle threw that number out there to say, let's set the bar here so we can really land here, right?
Right, but if you remember, and I don't mean to cut you off here, but to touch base with you real quick, if you remember, we weren't running the football at all. And everybody was like, well, how do you expect them to run the football with an 8-man front? Well, they're still stacking 8 men in the box, and we're successful running the football.
Well, the one game that they weren't really doing much of the running stuff was against the Cardinals, and that's because the Cardinals were using 5 and 6 defensive linemen, and that's when he just insisted on throwing the ball. It's one thing to have 8 men in the box, right? Some linebackers or nickel, you know what I mean, like a corner, or
nickels,
a DB,
base corner.
But if you're gonna, or a safety, you know what I'm saying, but if you're doing it with 6 defensive linemen, you probably shouldn't try running up against that consistently. You know what I'm saying? But I do like what we're seeing from this team, and we have to remember something too. People kept saying that 40 rushes is the number. 40 rushes is the number. 40 was never the real number. That was something that he said to the team, saying that he even admitted, I didn't think we were going to get that. That's not realistic. That's not sustainable. That's not the thing. But if you remember last year, Kyle said, anytime we can run the ball successfully with 30 attempts, we usually win those games.
Right.
The number has truly, sincerely been 30. And people don't even know it. But last game, we got there. We got there last game also, and no one's even paying attention to it because it wasn't 40. It didn't look like it. You know what I mean? Like our rushing attempts last week, the Niners ran 32 times for 162 yards.
Right, and that was implementing, but there are also a lot of times where you got to remember, Elijah Mitchell wasn't getting 20 carries a game. He wasn't touching before.
When he ran that ball 40 times? Yes, he did.
No. I'm saying in the beginning of the season when we were losing.
Yeah.
When we were losing, our running backs didn't even equivalent to 21 rushing attempts. Now you're implementing Debo in, Elijah Mitchell, JaMychal Hasty, Trey Sermon.
Jeff Wilson,
Trey Sermon, not now, right this second, but he started implementing him.
Right.
Jeff Wilson, right? So now you're getting a healthy running back crew back, and he's starting to implement those guys as well as Deebo Samuel and even Brandon Ayuk in those rushing attempts. We still haven't seen the rushing attempt. And Kyle Juszczyk as well. He's got a rushing touchdown, which looked really good running the football, which is probably the best I've ever seen him run.
It's the craziest shit ever, right? Like that, me, and I'm like, I never want to see
Kyle.
He
just looks so fluent.
Right.
So, but I mean, look, either way, what's going on right now is I wanted to bring this up the other night in a Spaces. I think it was last night. And then the girl Red Jet ended the space. But I got to the point where I was like, yo. And then I think Niner Nate came out with a space today on it. And he's like, can the Niners win the NFC West?
No. And people should not waste their time.
I'm going to ask you this. Why do you think that, though?
Because we would have to have the Rams and Cardinals lose out.
No, not true.
Yes, that
the Rams
is true.
The Rams would have to go 2-2 at minimum with their 4 games.
Nick, we have 8 losses already, right?
No, we have 6
7.
losses.
6. We have 6 losses already. So the best record that we could finish with is 11.
Okay, and the Rams have 5 losses. If they can lose 2 games.
No, the Rams only have 4.
No, the Rams have 5.
The game is on right now. They're 9-4.
No, they shouldn't be. I just looked at it.
Unless this game ended already, I know my streams are behind sometimes, but the Rams have 4 losses. It says right here on the screen, 9-4.
Okay, so either way, let's look at this, right? Because the Rams are playing tonight. So that's right. You're right. It's 4. You're right. My fault. Because the Rams have 4 games left. I'm thinking we have 3. So
the Cardinals are 10-4. The Rams are 9-4. We're 8-6, and then the Seahawks are 5-8.
Right. So, I'm not watching the game. Somebody says right on the screen. I'm not watching the game. The Rams have Seattle. They could lose that game, right? Are they losing right now?
No, they're up by 7. It's the fourth quarter. It's a big 3rd and 14 right now on my screen. I'm behind because I stream every week.
So, and I don't think this is likely, but I want to tell you that it is possible. And the reason that it's possible, you look at the Cardinals' schedule. They have the hardest schedule left in the NFC West. They have the Colts.
They have the Colts, they have the Cowboys, and they have
Cowboys,
Seattle.
And then Seattle again.
And they just lost to the Lions. They just lost to the Rams.
And they have 4 losses, right? So they would have to lose out. They would have to lose all 3 games, which those 3 teams are possible for them to lose to.
Yes.
Right?
It is.
So that's still a possibility. Not that it's likely, but it's a possibility.
Well, after you see them lose to the freaking Lions, you're like,
anything's a possibility. But when you're looking at the Colts are playing really good football right now.
Mm-hmm.
And the Cardinals aren't playing really good football. So that is, if I was a bettor, I'd probably take the Colts on that game. Cowboys are playing.
That's Christmas Day in Arizona too.
Right. The Cowboys are playing for the number 1 seed. So they're coming to play one way or another.
Mm-hmm. And
then the Seahawks, that's a division game. They always can go either way. Right? So it is a possibility. The Rams have the Seahawks that they're playing tonight.
I have their schedule right here.
Baltimore.
They have all right. So the Seahawks game is on right now. Then they have the Vikings.
Vikings, Baltimore, and us.
Yep.
So if they lost to the Seahawks, Baltimore, and us at the end of the season, and the Cardinals lose out, we can win the division.
But we have to win out.
We would have to win out. Yeah, no matter what the situation is, we would have to win out, which is possible. I mean, we got Tennessee, Houston, and LA.
Yeah. So we'll see, man. We will definitely.
But I'm just saying, it's not highly likely, but it is still a possibility.
Yeah.
And the reason I'm saying that is because we did not think we would be here 6 weeks ago.
Now, just think though, right? Because we were talking about, hey, just put Lance in because the playoffs isn't even a reality, and here we are. We're in there. As long as we handle our business, we win one more of these games, we're making the postseason.
Oh yeah, if we beat the Titans, we're almost a guarantee to play. We'll be either
we just have to win one of these last 3 games, and we should be able to get in.
Yeah, we'll be the 6th or the 5th seed, just depending on seeding.
Right.
But
I was gonna say the well, let me read this contribution, then we'll get back to what you're talking about. It says, to your point, Niners players are more focused now. When was the last pass interference? Drop balls don't happen that often either. Jimmy Garoppolo locked in too. He is. I mean, look, Jimmy, but I will say this about Jimmy. This Jimmy is the same Jimmy we've always seen.
Right.
This has always been the same Jimmy. The only issue I think Kyle had with Jimmy is that everybody around him has to be perfect in order for him to be like, I don't know that Jimmy elevates many players on the team except George Kittle and Brandon Ayuk right now, or whoever's catching the slant. I do think that Jimmy's ball placement on those slants is elite. I know that sounds corny, right? Like, ooh, he can elitely throw a 7-yard pass, right? But the way he hits those guys in stride going across the middle when he knows.
Oh, I mean, the Brandon Ayuk stride, that was the Jimmy that we've been looking for all year. Yeah. Those 2 passes were completely. Right. If you don't show who's throwing that football and you throw, I'm just trying to think of a good quarterback with slants. Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers can throw a good slant. And you just show the ball going to a receiver and you throw Jimmy Garoppolo's, you would never guess that the other one was Jimmy Garoppolo throwing that.
Yeah.
this year.
I agree. I really like Jimmy with the slants, like a predetermined play when he just hits his third step and just delivers. He's on fire. Like that's what Jimmy does really, really well, right? So I'm not taking anything away from him. But it's the same Jimmy though. This is the same Jimmy.
Oh yeah.
Like the goods, the bads. But I will say that he has stopped throwing the ball to, well, I can't say it. I can't say that because this last game he did throw it to linebackers and safeties. They just dropped them. But you know what I'm saying? Like he
still makes the
good.
Stupid mistakes. What about
Right.
the one that he threw to Jeff Wilson Jr. when he was getting sacked?
Well, that was a good play to me.
No, bullshit. That was a mistake.
I don't give a shit that it was a mistake. It was, instead of it being a sack, we gained 6 yards on the play.
Right, but what if Jeff Wilson doesn't catch that? It's a stupid mentality play. I mean,
No, because he did
that's a fumble.
No, it's not. No, it's not. That was he did this. He flicked the ball to Jeff Wilson Jr. Because Jeff Wilson was in the vicinity, it's an incomplete pass. It's not intentional ground.
It was still
that was a great play by Jimmy.
Stupid, bro.
You are crazy.
It was stupid.
How can two people see the same play and have completely opposite takes on it? I was proud of Jimmy for getting that ball off. I was proud of Jimmy for doing that because at worst, it's incomplete. There's no penalty. It's not intentional grounding. The receiver,
bro. The way these refs are these days, that shit could have easily been called a fumble.
Yeah. Oh, we're supposed to be doing the latest news too. I got one little update here that's kind of important, guys. We got to discuss this here. And this is going to be running back Elijah Mitchell is out of concussion protocol. This is news that broke today. Whether he plays Thursday hinges on his knee. These are the words from your GM this morning on KMBR. What do you think, man? I mean, would you rush him back for a Thursday game, or you just give him one more day, or one more? You know what I'm saying? One more, because now it's a long break coming in. Jeff Wilson Jr. carried. He had over 100 yards. You got Debo healthy. I mean, do you really rush him back? I mean, if they're gonna go out there on game day and say, "Hey, how's your knee feel?" That tells me sit your ass down.
Yeah, but they could just be saying that, right? So, I think that if you bring him back, that he's not the primary back. Like, if you think that he's good at, like, okay to play, and you think you can get through with Jeff Wilson, I think you keep him active, but only use him in case you have to. And the reason I'm saying that is I'm kind of torn on this, to be honest with you. One, you're in a huge playoff push. You need every man available. And I think Elijah Mitchell makes this team better, right? Yeah. One way or another, I think he makes this team better.
I would never disagree with that.
Right? So then you don't have to use Debo as much that you're using. You don't have to put it on the backs of JaMychal Hasty, who I don't trust one bit right now.
Wait, are you saying that because of the two kickoffs?
No, I'm just saying that because he just doesn't look good as a running back right now. His vision isn't there. He had one good run, a 13-yard gain the other day.
Oh, he did? I was gonna say I don't remember him carrying the ball much.
He had Jeff Wilson had a 13-yard gain and then another run.
He had one carry. He had one carry for 13 yards yesterday.
Yeah, and then Hasty came in and had a 13-yard run. Yeah. But when you're looking at him, like, I don't know, his ball security to me just scares the hell out of me.
I thought that was the son more than anything because he was running underneath that ball and then he just stopped. And then after it bounced and hit him in his face, he's looking at the ground like he didn't see it.
Yeah, that one was on the sun, but not the
I would say,
one.
When you see the sun, like it gives you that blind spot. After you look away from the sun, like whatever you're trying to focus on is like that color ball.
Yeah, no, I can give you that second one, but I'm not giving you the first one as the sun.
No, that was just a good hit. I mean, they put the helmet on the ball.
He had the ball way up here.
No, he didn't. That was a good hit. That was
go back and watch it. He got hit high, and the ball pops out like a damn interception.
Nah, I think you're looking at the way his arm got hit, and it pushed his head. It pushed the ball up. Hold on, let me see. 4th and 6. Seattle got to go for it. 4 minutes left in the game.
They're still down 7?
Yeah, this is it. That was a fast-ass 3-and-out by the Rams because Seattle had the ball and they punted. What were we talking about? Oh, Hasty fumble, right?
Yeah, the initial kickoff.
Yeah, I'm gonna play it on my phone. I'm not gonna put it on there because I don't want to.
Right. The ball was up when he was carrying.
I don't know about that, man. I don't know. I can't find it now. I'll look it up later on.
It's after they score it's literally the first kickoff receive.
I know. I know when it is. I was trying to look it up on YouTube. All right, I'll do 49ers Falcons highlights. It'll be the first play. So, all right, here we go. I'll just do it. Look, no, I don't want to hear the advertisements. What is that? My wife out here stealing the kids' candy. Oh, by the way, guys, thank you so much for those contributions. I did give my daughter the money today, so you guys don't have to worry about that. Yo, it didn't even start with it. It didn't start with it. That's crazy.
Well, no, because the Falcons got the ball first.
No, they didn't. We got the ball first. That was opening kickoff that happened on.
Oh,
it was
the
the very first play of the game. I just don't understand why it's not oh well. I'll look at it later. It's okay. But either way, I don't know, man. I don't not trust him. I trust him, I should say. I don't not trust him. What the hell is wrong with me?
I don't trust him. But either way, I mean, if he's healthy enough,
get the flag. They're not throwing a flag on that?
So the game's over.
How did they not throw a flag on that play? And I hate Seattle, but that's a bullshit call. And he kicked the ball, so now they're going to call a delay of game on the Seahawk player. Kicked the ball, he got mad. That should have been a flag though.
But either way, I mean, I do have to stay with what I'm normally like. You're in a playoff push. If people are cleared and they're cleared to play, you cannot play in fear. Play the guys. Your best players.
Yeah, but it's a knee thing. So the knee could feel fine today. It could feel fine on Thursday morning, but you do a little too much on it, and then boom, like you know what I'm saying? You're screwed. Like I just don't think it's worth. I don't think it's worth it. I'd rather have him healthy going into the postseason than this short game. Listen, man. I mean, this isn't the Titans preview game at all, but the Titans, they're not scoring anymore without Derrick Henry. Their team can't do shit right now.
They've scored like 60
13,
points over the last 4
16?
or 5 games, I think.
Yeah. I was listening to KMBR. They had the voice of the Titans guy, that touchdown Titans. That guy, he was on KMBR. He said in the last 4 games, they've scored a total of 54 points, something like that. It's nothing. It's not a lot at all. It's not a lot at all. So I'm not worried about them. I'm not rushing them back. Maybe have them healthy in case you need them, but I'm not rushing them back. You know what I'm saying? The other news was that Azeez Al-Shaair. I don't know if the team officially announced this or not, but he should be back and playing on Thursday.
He was limited today.
Yes, he was limited today, and they said that he was very close to being up on this 100% should have been a pass interference. I don't know how that was not a pass interference, bro. What is he saying?
We see it called all the time. There's usually the benefit of the doubt, and that is early contact.
Yeah, it was early contact. The guy had his back to the ball. He ran into Seattle's receiver. Like, there's no way that shouldn't have been a call. That it's cool to see Seattle not getting the calls now, though. Fuck them.
Yeah, but we needed them to win. So I've never wanted the Seahawks to win, but right now I want the Seahawks to win.
Well, we don't need them to win, though.
Yeah, the Rams' loss is better for us.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
The Seahawks have no chance of catching us.
Yeah, no, you're right. Well,
so
yeah, they do, but I feel you. So the other thing was Azeez. Oh yeah, Azeez was like very close to actually playing on Sunday, and they said, you know what? No, never mind. John Lynch confirmed that he made a really good push to get out there. And they said, no, we're just going to wait this thing out. Don't worry about it. And then we'll get you back up next week. So he's going to be out there. Something else John Lynch said that actually we can't say John Lynch said it. Matt Mayoko said a 49ers executive told him that Lance, his finger injury from the Raiders preseason game was more significant than what they let on. And that was why he looked so erratic throughout the rest of preseason. When he got in for his game, they're saying that his fingers finally healed. They said that his accuracy is significantly better than what we saw before. And John Lynch confirmed that he is torching the starting defense in practice. They said that Fred Warner also confirmed that as well. That he's
which is crazy because he's probably playing with the scout team.
He is against the starters to prepare.
That's
you know
crazy.
What I'm saying? So I thought that was pretty cool. I like that. I like hearing that. They're saying that the Niners are comfortable with whoever they have to go out there at quarterback, and that's from Matt Mayoko. Mayoko doesn't say stuff like that just willy-nilly. He doesn't say stuff for clicks and retweets or plays on the podcast. He literally said it at the very end of his podcast.
I'm kind of liking the new Matt Mayoko, though, because he's been kind of...
I stopped listening to, I'll be honest with you, I stopped listening to his podcast when leading up to the draft. He just got in this, like, he got pissy with people over the Mac Jones shit. Like, he was like, it's Mac Jones. It's going to be Mac Jones. I really think it's going to be Mac Jones, and I don't want to talk about anybody else. Like, he was getting nasty with people on Twitter, on his podcast, so I stopped listening.
But he's gotten better in interviews, like, at the podium, asking questions. He put, like, okay, I don't care that I work for the team anymore. Like, I'm going to be a reporter now. And that I kind of like from him. Like, that, I don't know.
No, I'm with you on that. Hold on. I'm gonna play that little snippet about him. And this is not to start the whole start Trey Lance shit. No, I don't. You guys know I don't do that shit. I've been saying that Trey Lance will play whenever he's ready. But here it is right here. Sources say, oh, you know what I gotta do? I gotta take my thing off of fast forward.
Yeah, take it off 3 times.
Otherwise, you guys won't be able to understand shit. All right, here we go.
There's kind of some issues with accuracy and everything, but I hear
to help the secondary, so they're doing everything in their power to be able
so
to.
This is Laura Britt finishing up her.
Very high up on the anything to do with the upcoming game.
Is it about the alligators and crocodiles?
No, not about that.
Man.
It's about Trey Lance. We haven't talked about Trey Lance a whole lot, but I hear he is doing really well.
You hear?
Yes, I was.
Tell me more.
I was speaking to someone very high up on the 49ers food chain who was telling me that his last 3 weeks have
That's
been
John Lynch.
very good. And I don't know if you remember, but in the preseason, it was against the Raiders. Remember when he hit his finger on the helmet of a Raiders player and kind of banged up his finger?
Sure do.
Well, apparently that was kind of some issues with accuracy and everything earlier in the season, including
Pretty understandable.
yes, and even through that game where he played against the Cardinals and started that game. But apparently his finger now is like completely healthy, and he is slinging it around. He's accurate. He's on point with his his studying habits and everything else. And so the 49ers feel very good about Jimmy Garoppolo as the starter right now. And it sure sounds like they feel very good about Trey Lance as his backup and the future starter of the team. So we haven't talked to Trey Lance in months, other than I did see him at Trent Williams's movie premiere. And
all right, I don't care about all that shit. But yeah, so that's what I wanted you guys to hear from Matt Mayoko. That's very promising because Lance, in my opinion, didn't look as good as people said he did during his one start. I wasn't very impressed. But yeah, so it's pretty cool. Nick, I don't really have much else, man. That's really it. We're not previewing the other game. I just wanted to come on here and talk about our defense. Our defense did a phenomenal job, man. I really, really liked what I saw from our defense. Our offense was really good too. But the offense gets praised in a win like that, especially when you put up over 30 points. So I'm not going to sit here and do that. I'm not going to, beat the dead horse. The offense is looking very good, very efficient, very effective, and in control. They don't look panicked out there. They don't look panicked out there at all. You could tell that they were looking for a position flip on that first drive. They weren't trying to, of course it would be great to go down and score, right, get some points. But when you're starting from your 1 yard line and you're taking the snap into the end zone, that's why they did the quarterback sneak with Jimmy. They just wanted to be able to get some space to punt and flip the position. That wasn't even a thing to let's just get out of here. Let's make our defense proud. they did good for us, and let's try to get them ready again. So, yeah, that's it, man. You have any final thoughts, bro? And then we'll get ready to go.
No, man. Happy to be feeling better. Glad everything's good on your side. Happy to finally be back. And I'm loving where this team is at right now, man. I'm gonna be one of those guys, man. I don't think the team is done yet. I don't think the West is finished yet, completely written in the books yet. So, Niners are playing good football right now. I'm going to stick with that. The West isn't enough, though.
They just showed the remaining schedule on the screen.
I'm
Seattle
telling you,
can catch us.
Huh?
We better not fuck up. Seattle can catch us.
Yeah, they could. Seattle lost tonight, right?
Well, yeah, they're about to lose. They're down 10. It's a minute and 51 seconds left. They're about to lose, yeah.
Oh, that's not bad, though. Union City, New Jersey in the house. Love the show. Appreciate you, Willie. Yeah, man. I mean, that's pretty much all I got, man. And hopefully we'll be talking before Christmas, which we will because the game is on Thursday. So I do work tomorrow, and then I am working, obviously. Thursday's not Christmas Eve, right? Friday?
Yes, it is. Friday's Christmas Eve.
Friday's Christmas Eve. Okay, yeah. So I'll be back on Thursday, I guess, pregame. I'll be doing that show with you guys. But either way, love you, man. You guys, I'm so thankful for all the support, the messages that I got for Feel Better and all that other stuff. I was on a little hiatus there with social media and all, because I was knocked. I really thought I was dying. So get your flu shot, get your vaccine, or whatever you want to get, because that flu is no joke this year. So that's all I'm saying. But
had my man slumped.
Yo, slumped isn't the word. And I think it really hit me a lot because I don't sleep much because of work.
Yeah, and that's when your body heals. So
yeah, so now that I slept a whole bunch when I was off, now I'm struggling to get through the days at work between both jobs. But yeah, be safe out there, protect your family. Much love to all you guys, and be safe.
Yeah, guys, my final thoughts are going to be about the Niners today, man. This team is like I said, they seem to have found a new focus. They seem to be on pace and doing what we expected them to do all along. And we're sitting here and we're talking about, can we finish at the top of the division? What seed could we possibly get? And just think if we took care of business against the beat up Cardinals or the beat up Seahawks when we had the opportunity. I mean, look at some of the games that we lost that we were right there in and we could have won. This team is, imagine if, right? I said that we shouldn't have even ever had a lead in that game, but imagine if that defense could have held Aaron Rodgers on that final drive. You know what I'm saying? The record would have been drastically different. We went toe-to-toe with some teams, and I'm going to say it now. This team is reminding me of that 2011 New York Giants team. And in that season, what happened was the Giants lost a bunch of games in the regular season. Hold on, I'm gonna tell you guys exactly what it was. Hold on. I'm gonna tell you guys exactly what it was. So that year, 2011, was that the year they won the Super Bowl? Preseason. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. They won the Super Bowl. All right, listen to this, right? I'm going to tell you guys this story. This is why I want to tell you guys this story, okay? The Giants finished the season 9-7, okay? 9-7. I'm going to tell you guys the teams that they lost to. They lost to Washington, Seattle, 49ers. This is regular season, okay? Eagles, Saints, Packers, and Washington again. They finished that season 9-7. All right. When they get to the playoffs, they have to play the Packers again, a team that they lost to in the regular season. And they beat them. And they beat them bad too. Right? 37-20. Okay. They also had to play Atlanta, but that's different. They beat Atlanta even worse, 24-2. A safety. That's all Atlanta could muster up. All right, but it's another story for another time. Then there was the 49ers. That was us. We know what happened in that game. We don't talk about that game, right? But we had played them in that regular season and we beat them. We had already beat them. And then they had to go and play the Patriots. And this was the second time that season they played the Patriots. And they beat the Patriots earlier in the season, 24-20. Okay? And then in the Super Bowl, they win 21-17. But they had to go in there. They were terrible in the regular season. And not only were they terrible, they had to go and face teams in the postseason that they lost to again. This 49ers team is making me feel just like that Giants team did. Like, I feel like when we get to the postseason, you look at the teams that we lost to, I think we're going to have to go up against some of those guys again. I think we're going to have to go up against, the Packers that already beat us. You know what I'm saying? Will we have to go through the Cardinals that already beat us? Who knows, right? I mean, it's feeling like we're going to have to do this. I'm looking forward to it, man. I really, really am. This season is starting to feel special. Guys, keep your hope. All right? It's been an emotional roller coaster all season long. We start out 2-0, then we lose 4 in a row, and we are down the dumps. And we're talking about fire everybody. People are saying Kyle's not a genius, and he's a clown. He's been overrated all along. And of all of the people off of Kyle Shanahan's coaching tree, he's the worst one. I mean, I heard it all. Bench Jimmy Garoppolo, start the rookie. I mean, I heard it all, okay? And now look where we are. Nick brought up on here that people are in spaces talking about, can the Niners win the division? Ebbs and flows, man. Ebbs and flows, guys. I mean, it's just how the season went. It's how the season is going. And so we're stuck dealing with it. We're going to keep watching. We're going to keep talking about it. We're going to keep having fun, guys. Stay faithful. Stay friendly. You guys know the deal. Prepare for glory. Anticipate pain. But always, always remain faithful. We're out of here. Peace.
We all gas, no brakes, pumped up, no fakes. We spinning, we winning, we high stakes. We never miss, we all makes. Look at us dudes trying to prove, bringing you news with nothing to lose. Mike, Nick, Tony, Wayne, Method Man, we bring the pain. Hey, see, I'ma confess it. We under the pressure. If you looking to find us, we them nothing but Niners. Nothing but Niners.